dealing with the beats. Tripping from the... No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, that machine. If it got my stuff. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. After life in 9/11, folks. Mad back, look at clean. Places in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a penny hoe. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubble. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Bring out the Brinks truck, I'm young, flying ice cuffs. On the yard dash.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Returning it, John Ross. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. On first down, Klein, a dump underneath to Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized.
And it'll be intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. And they'll run it here. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Play action. Now Jackson. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he stopped immediately there. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. And I think the Browns got it. They did. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Throwing on first down. Klein to the right side and complete to Njoku. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, Klein. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
To throw on 2nd down, Klein. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Klein. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku from 17 yards out. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jonathan Allen busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Klein. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Klein, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 3rd and long. Klein escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. They had a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Jackson on second down. It's brought in by Kevin White. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a first down as well.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On the carry, it's Muhammad. Oh, nice move. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ronald Jones, 42 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a 2nd straight week.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On second down, here's Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Throwing to start the drive. Klein taking a shot for Samuel. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Klein. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
To throw on third down. Klein. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On second down, it's Jones. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
On first down, Klein. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A give to Jones. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Now let's go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 2nd down. He sets to, and the defense loses him. It's complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kevin White, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Klein. He sets up the screen to Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by him and setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Looking to throw. Klein.
I'm done.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line it.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Room to run past midfield. And a great move again. And finally taken down at the 15. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Actually started with that pick 6 bullshit when I was throwing the ball and he won't throw it until he got hit. Dude was wide open. You know what I'm saying?
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Jackson now looking to throw on second down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Klein. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Ravens have got it.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Scored 14 unanswered points.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a
21
Ravens touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
Easily could have been up 21-0.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away.
Now he scored 21 unanswered. He's been back-to-back turnovers.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you
look out pressure, and they got to him again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Freaking Clint, this is throw the damn ball.
Operating from the gun. Klein. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
This is what's been happening all game. We've been dropping wide open fucking passes. Our quarterback overthrows wide open players. Like, come on, man. And yeah, I'm getting laid out, or his guys are catching on 4 people. This shit's so stupid.
But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, Klein. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36.
Let him score. I don't even care about this damn game no more.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And the Ravens taking the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll run it here with Adams. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout.
Like, this game is beyond retarded. Momentum swings so fast. Lamar Jackson broke that 4 sacks and throws a deep pass on 3rd down. After that, quarterback holds onto the ball forever. I throw a pick 6. And that's it.
And they'll run it here.
Look, now my guys can't
And
tackle.
he'll be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
For some reason, they can't
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Over.
They'll run with Muhammad. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They get it to him running left. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Tackled the guy for a loss, but yet he bounces 10 yards forward.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey. 4 down.
Jackson on the move to his left. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round.
To throw on 2nd down. Klein drops it to Jones in the flat. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Klein. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. A big gain of 31 on third down.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can
Sometimes
pick
you
it up
gotta-
in
you
big
drop that.
chunks
You
and
drop a wide
strike
open
like
pass, you
that
go
and have
in.
explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Operating from the gun, Klein. The left side caught by Diggs. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Flex round! Flex round!
Throwing on first down. Klein going for it all. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. To throw again. Klein. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Samson Abukum coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
And the blitz does come. Looking left side, and he's
If that was my guy, they would have dropped it.
And they
He's
worked
been
as
catching
well
all these
on field
passes all
across the
game. My guy's been
45.
dropping easy
A good
catches.
pick
It hits
up
my
there,
guys in the hands and they
22.
drop it. Like, this shit makes no sense. I've been dropping wide open. I've dropped like 5 wide open passes all game. When it just hits my guy's hand, they fall. And yet he's been catching on 3 people, 2 people, catching it, getting wrapped around and still holding on to it. And the 2 people that's dropping the ball have 99 and 96 catching. Like, this shit makes no dumb sense at all.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be brought
I have
down.
99 catch and drop a wide open
only a
pass.
couple.
96 catch and drop
Now,
a
they
wide
struggled
open
to get
pass.
him rolling on the
Yeah, these
ground in the
guys are
first
catching
half, and
on
that's
3,
sort of continuing
2.
here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to
And
abandon the
contested
running
catches.
game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe
so
he'll eventually
inconsistent.
reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Even converting 3rd downs left and right, or we dropping passes on 3rd down. Oh, this game could give me high blood pressure.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now Jackson to throw on second down. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
On 1st and 10, Klein. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. To throw on 2nd down.
Golden ball. Fucking touchdown. Wide the fuck open.
Kendricks in there
The
to get
tight end was
his
wide
second
open. I'm
sack
triple
now in
clicking
the
this shit.
afternoon. These guys Buckeyes have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Klein.
I'm done.
Under pressure again,
I'm
and down he goes again.
For some odd reason, my quarterback don't know how to throw.
I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Wide open
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Ravens. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Good. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he almost
That was
had
him.
it
That was a
defensively.
pick. He's caught
Could
2
have been a
weird
game
picks like that.
changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. Again, it's Jones.
Of course,
And some space here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Jones. Oh, look at the juke. And strong running there.
Thanks for getting in my way. I appreciate you.
Line.
Thanks for just letting me get
on the
stuck
run,
there.
and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, He seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Flex round.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On 1st down, Adams takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Hey, check back 34. Mike 34.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Why are you running
The
backwards?
safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10.
Ohio.
From the gun, Klein. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The give is to Jones. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Back to throw. Klein. It's caught. Jones. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ronald Jones. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Detroit!
Here's Jackson to throw on 2nd down. And an alley to run. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Dancing to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Here's Muhammad, and his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8.
Now let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first down, Klein. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw on second down. Klein going deep downfield for Ross. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. To throw on third down, Klein. And he's able to find Diggs. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. This is Jones. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Klein. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
He was wide open.
Picked off near the 44.
And they hit circle instead of box.
Inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
I hit circle instead of box. Wide open. Had you. Where I wanted you.
Back to throw. Being chased, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep
And you drop
downfield.
it.
And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Come on, let's go. 1, 9.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 3rd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
He could have went to the outside. No.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. One-possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts.
Yeah. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They go to a knee here, and with that, it's on to the AFC title game. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.